Happy belated holiday. I don't know if this video could be released on time. In today's video, we are doing a running session between Thomas with Annie and Clarabelle, Duck with two troublesome trucks, Stepney with a Nutter, Annie and Clarabelle, Iron Bert with two fuel tankers, Rosie with a chocolate van and a blue van, Henry with his composite coach from Henry's Vacation, which I'm sure many Colin Frankenbach fans tend to forget, and Percy with his mail vans. And finally, Caitlin with a red coach, and introducing the Trackmaster counterfeit knockoff bootleg Douglas. He looks the same as a normal Douglas, but his tender has some pretty neat changes there. Raised coal load and metal axle wheels, which the plastic ones suck. Also, Douglas tends to open up in one piece. And here's an interesting fact. I owned like a Hit Toys Donald, and that somehow broke. Donald is on the way on getting a repurposing, as I'm currently using an Erdl Donald at one point here. The Trackmaster knockoff Douglas was made to replace my wooden railway / take and play hybrid of Douglas. Thought that looked awful, but at least better than nothing. And also, the counterfeit Douglas seems to go for at least $30, cheaper than the original Douglas. I mean, I'd buy that if I'm at the point. Keep in mind, he and his twin will share the same face. And connected to him was a chocolate syrup tanker, which in fact was my best find of 2024. The best buy, the best purchase I have ever made along the chocolate van. The best purchase in a year I want to forget. The whole reason why I want to forget 2024. It's a little personal for me to talk about here, so let's not go far ahead. If you forgot the context of today's video, we're going to do a running session with 9 engines. And some that don't work, and some that partially work for placeholder. Edward and Boko work partially there, even though might be their drive units might be faulty, or possibly their batteries could be outdated. I mean, I did give them fresh batteries, and somehow they aren't working properly. Gordon does work. Trackmaster 2 is notoriously awful for being a failure of its predecessor. Iron Airy is just there. I mean, he does work. He does share his twin's chassis. I mean, he was made from Iron Bert that I had when I was a kid, which I eventually lost, and then I found it again. Spencer doesn't work. Either does my hero here. Duchess does work, but she's faulty as well. Toby does work, but I somehow managed to modify him. Steven completely doesn't work. But neither does Arthur. And I'm not going to spend any more time fiddling and diddling with Rusty. Constant time. Sometimes he works, sometimes he doesn't. I gave him a fresh battery, and somehow he tends to fail. And I'm not going to run this RC James on this layout. Emily doesn't work. Long story short. Oliver, like Boko and Edward, partially works. Dennis partially works while Paxton doesn't. Alright, Diesel does work partially. Enough with all this. Let's get to the running session already. Oh, Caitlin's stuck. Caitlin is stuck. Let me get her. Got it. Watch the play appeal on these items. So that's something you might or might not tend to see on YouTube every day, isn't it, boys and girls? Watch Douglas there. Percy has come to a complete stop for now. Oh, Douglas is stuck. He's gonna come off the line soon. Watch him. Watch him come off the line. Henry's forcing it. What's gonna happen next? Oh! Yes. Accidents can happen. Hopefully Douglas isn't in too much distress. And he's gonna run freely again. Sort of. Alright, there we go. Get out of the way, Harry. Unfortunately, Caitlin is so faulty, we're gonna have to leave her here. And Henry's done. Iron Bert is next, presumably. We'll let Iron Bert run the rails while Douglas goes on a much daring adventure. Scratch that. letting Douglas go. Bring Stepney along for the ride. Duck is going on the next adventure here. What's a layout adventure / train play without Thomas the Tank Engine? Now move over, Thomas. Someone's coming. I knew it. Probably guessed it. We're gonna let the rest of this go off screen. It's often gonna go unhinged. Bad news. Stepney's about to malfunction soon. And duck is officially done. Let's send Rosie out again. So I should set Iron Bert through free again. Oh, look, Thomas and Rosie are colliding. No shipping intended. Well, let's take focus away from those two. We'll discuss that later. Alright, now let's send Rosie on her own. Rosie almost derailed. Now I feel like setting Stepney free again. Oh look, there's Rusty. And Iron Bert is done for the day. Now let's let the rest of the run focus on Stepney.